What's up, friends? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Elizabeth, and this is The Joyful Sojourn, a community of people that love stationery and planning and doing things creatively on paper. And if that sounds like your kind of community, I hope you'll consider subscribing to my channel. This video is a part of my planner lookbook series. That is a playlist here on my channel where I flip through as many planners as I can get my hands on leading up to the new year, and really being your eyes and hands on products that are often just exclusively available online. And so because I have a platform to share and I have access to some of these companies, some of these makers of planners, I do my best to get as many planners as possible, flip through them for you, and then you can decide what planner is for you. Don't buy all the things in my planner lookbook series. It's just meant to be a resource, and we are at least 20 videos in deep at this point. So check out the playlist in the description box to see all of the planners that we have flipped through so far leading up to 2026. Today, I'm flipping through the Ars Studio Research Journal. This is going to be a slightly different type of planner because it is definitely leaning more to the creative, to the memory keeping, maybe to the line a day play type planner notebook hybrid thing. And I'm so excited to have this on my channel. This is available through various suppliers, but my go-to stationery shop is Simple Paper Co. I love them. I will leave Simple Paper Co. linked in the description box. They sent over this journal, which they are carrying. They had pre-order. I think they're trying to get through pre-orders and then see what inventory they have left, and you'll be able to get it on their website. So I'm going to go ahead and open it and talk a little bit about Ars. So Ars, the full name for this company is Ars Friends of the Forest. And it's a collection of artists in Taiwan that started a company sharing their art, typically around like nature and antiquities. And they started creating washi tape, stickers, stamps with their artwork. And eventually they came up with the Ars Studio Research Journal. And very delighted to have this. This is the first time I've showed this item on my channel. And so let's go ahead and open it up. This is an A5 size planner. Now, when I think of a planner, I think of super functional to-do lists. This can be that, but you'll see with this layout that I think it's for more. I think it's for more creative play, and I'm just so excited about it. It's a quadrant layout, but we'll get into the details in just a minute. So this was purchased or gifted from Simple Paper Co. And so they included a little freebie sticker set sheet in the package. So these are just a sampling of the washi material stickers from Simple Paper Co. You guys know I'm a big fan of Yelena and her shop, and she is a curator of the most beautiful stationery supplies. Plus, she has her monthly subscription, and this is kind of a sampling of her subscription. But she also carries the Ars Studio items like the washi tape, the stickers, the stamps, etc. So if you're looking for more of this aesthetic and the Ars Studio products, she does carry them at Simple Paper Co. And she's, I believe, located in Florida. So everything is coming from the US. Okay, so information before we open this up. It's an A5 planner. They use Japanese hua hua paper, which is a medium weight paper. And I haven't felt it yet. We're going to feel it. Now, this paper is different than what they had last year, and there have been issues with feathering and bleeding of fountain pens. I'm not a regular fountain pen user, so that's not a problem for me, but that is something to keep in mind if you are looking for fountain pen friendly paper. This might not be the planner for you this year, but for everybody else, just stationery enthusiasts that might be looking for more creative play with stickers and possibly stamping, this could be a really cool option. This has an exposed spine binding, so it will lay completely flat, like completely flat. Now, it does come with a cover, and we're going to get into this because this is super cool. So the cover, actually, I wonder if I could take this out with ease. Let me give it a try. It comes with a clear protective cover. And when you take it off, you're going to see that there are places where you can actually customize the cover of it. Let me see if I can pull this guy out. I haven't done this before. This is my first time, but we'll figure it out together. So if we just make it completely naked, we take the cover off. I like the cover, by the way. It's got a nice frosted feel to it. But if we pull this guy off, very, very simple planner here. You can see the exposed spine and that this is going to lay beautifully flat, like super duper flat. But what's cool about the cover is when you take the plastic off of the paper cover, and again, I love that they provide this cover. So many folks are like having to buy covers separately. This cover comes with the planner. This is the paper cover that can be customized. So before we even get to the layout, we have to look at this. So this is the cover. The theme for this year's planner is fortune, and it changes every year. So the theme of the artwork is going to change. The theme of the planner is going to change. And the extra pages in the back, the free pages that they call them, those formats change every year as well to be cohesive with the theme. So the theme this year is fortune. And I don't know if you can tell, but on the front cover, there are open spots here. See these? Those are, and then there's bigger ones here. So there's a space for a small journaling card and then a much larger journaling card. The idea being that along with your journal, you can take out, it's going to come with this package of cards for customizing. So it all comes together, your cover and then your decorative elements. You can pop them into the little brackets. So you've got these smaller cards. So let's take a look. So here's this first one. It's a stairwell, some branches, good old days, our studio presents, some really pretty tulips, and then a kitty cat, four-leaf clover, all kind of fortune, like good luck type images. So those are the small ones. And then for the large ones, and these are really thick journaling cards. So we've got like cherry blossoms, and it looks like, I can't remember what the lead guy from our studio, I want to say it's Hank. Is it Hank? I'm going to have to correct myself, but this is a photo he must have taken. And then we have like an explanation of, these pictures he's taken. So like in this first one, it says, in Japan, March to April is the season of school entrance and starting new jobs. Cherry blossoms always bloom during Shin Sekatsu. This is a photo of cherry blossoms I captured on film in Tokyo. This is a sunset I captured on film taken with my old camera on the train ride back home. And then our zine. So these are just illustrations from the Ars team. And it says, designed by Ars Studio since 2013. So again, this is a group of Taiwanese friends and artists that created this company in 2013. And so all of the illustrations throughout the planner are going to be from different artists in the group, in the collective. So what you can do here is, let's just take the cherry blossoms first. So you can, if you want to change out what you see on the front, so it says research project weekly journal, our studio since 2017. The theme for the 2026 journal is fortune. In everyday life, there are always those moments when we just wish for a little luck. Inside this year's journal, you'll find all kinds of good luck charms, paper crane for health and blessings, tiny fortune cookie, barn star on the door, four-leaf clover. I hope this journal can accompany you throughout 2026 and bring you plenty of good fortune along the way. So we are going to just pop in, you slide in whatever journaling card you want into these pockets or these little slits on the cover. And of course, I'm going to struggle with this because it's me. But pop these in, just be gentle. The paper cover isn't super thick. It's thinner than the cardstock itself. So you definitely want to be careful as you're popping this in. Ooh, that looks really pretty. I love the pinstripe. It looks very pretty with the pinstripe. So here's an example of what one of the larger journaling cards would look like. And then you put your plastic protective cover back on and it seals everything in place. Likewise, if you wanted to do one of the smaller journaling cards, you can pop one of these smaller guys in here. So we'll grab the tulip as an example. And if you use one of the smaller ones, you'll get to see the explanation for the planner a little bit better. So once you pop this guy in, like this, these guys actually come with, oh, I wonder if we can, oh, this is a pocket. This will add a little bit more thickness. So they gave us 2 pockets, so we can slide this in. And then I wonder if it will fit a little bit. Yeah, it's going to fit a little bit better with the clear pocket. So you pop that in. I'm going to halfway do it. And then, again, you put your plastic sleeve back on. And it'll keep it on. I really love the cherry blossoms. So while we're here, I'm going to go ahead and pop this on, and then we'll get into the actual planner. Spoiler alert, I'm still trying to figure out my planner lineup, or my planner, what stack I'm going to be starting the new year with. The one thing I know of a couple that I'm pretty certain of. This one I absolutely want to use in 2026. I don't know how much you guys will see of it on YouTube. I mean, unless you guys really want to see it. I just think this could be fun for, I don't know, just some more kind of creative play. Once you see the layout, it'll make sense. I also think that the Simple Paper Co. monthly sticker kit could look beautiful in this planner. And so I've thought about maybe exclusively using Simple Paper Co. Kit Club or monthly kit stickers in this journal. We'll see. So we've got the cover back on, and let me just show you the details again. So here you can see now with the protective cover, Weekly Journal 2026, ours. You can see what that looks like there. And honestly, you could cut any photo, or you could collage, you know, a sheet of paper and pop it in. So you really can customize it because of how they do those cuts, which is really nice. And then on the inside, we see an example of different sizes of text, which is cool. And we have a ruler. Okay, so let's put the journal back in. And the other thing you could do is you could take this thing off completely, and you could decorate this, because this is just a really thick cardstock. You could sticker the crap out of this. You could Mod Podge this cover, the back as well. It's totally blank. So you could destroy this thing with art and photos, maybe your word of the year, and then put it back into the cover without the paper insert. And then all you see is the artwork that you've put on it. That could be very, very cool. And maybe that is something I'll do. I don't know yet. We'll just have to see. Okay, so we're going to try to pop this back in without doing too much damage. It's really letting me fold it, which is nice. If I don't crease it too much, though, I guess you guys can see what the true experience is. So that actually, it went in, and then you just kind of got to flatten it back out. It feels really nice. The cover is excellent quality, this plastic cover. Quite nice. Let's see, we've got ours up there. Ours journal is inspired by the Japanese elementary school summer homework called Free Research. Did I put this on upside down? I did. I put it upside down. The idea is to do a small thing every week, capturing moments and inspiration during every research. So it's basically logging your daily journaling. This should be the other way around, but we're going to leave it just as is. This is the 8th edition. Very interesting. Okay, you guys ready? Let's get into it. So, nice cardstock here. Again, that lay flat design is so nice. So I thought they were since 2000. Oh, you know what? I guess our studio started in 2013, and then the first iteration of the research journal started in 2017. So here is our first page. Flipping it over, we have a year at a glance with Monday start calendars. And then we have our monthly planner. Very clean and neutral. So one thing you're going to notice through all of the pages, very clean and neutral, except there will be an illustration on each page, a small illustration. This is the month of January, so we have a Monday start planner. Very open. There are no holidays. There's no extra fluff here. There aren't even any lines. This is all open margin space. This is where I get really excited because I like the structure of having pages and spaces like designated for specific days, but like to encourage me to do something creative within each day. But I don't like the overly structured, headers and stuff within each day. I know I kind of chopped through that, but I am satisfied with this because I'm looking at this research journal as being more of a creative space rather than a planning space. Like, this is not something I would personally use for like my to-do list. So I like all this open space. If you don't want the gems on every month's layout, you can easily cover it up and adorn this with stickers. Maybe write something you're thankful for each day, or just track important events on here, but leave it kind of free flowing. This is collapsed, so all of the months are going to be at the front of the planner. And I believe this is going to be the gemstone for each month. So the gemstone is going to change. And notice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're going to play. I've never seen this before. The monthly layout rows are going to change based on the month. So they've collapsed this. So this is 5, but then this month is 6. I think that looks really cool. We don't have any, split weekends over here with them trying to fit everything onto 5. So if you need an additional week, they're going to add it. So I think that's really nice. So, and notice how well it is staying flat. So here is June. We jumped over July. There's August. Just make sure with every passing, you just kind of press it down the spine. Here we can see our sewn stitching there. November and December. Now, typically in a planner review, I'm always looking for my year at a glance, like a perpetual type calendar. And this doesn't have that. I think that's okay because, again, this is a planner to be used for things a little bit outside the box, a little bit more in the creative space. So once we get from our monthlies, we do have a plans, plans for 2026 section. And the design of this is so naked and prime real estate for getting creative because they didn't even fill the whole page of lines here. They've got the plans for 2026 right in the center of the page with dotted lines. And then you've got all this margin here for decorating it the way that you want. You can see that. It's very, very pretty and very, very simple. Now we're going to get into our weekly planner, and you're going to see why I kind of gravitated towards it. I've really been enjoying the plum paper quad layout. This is a quad layout, but do you notice anything different about it? Hopefully you can see on camera. We have our kind of weekly block in the upper left corner. And then we have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So we're going across this way. We have our date up in the top. We do have moon phases. And then we have the day of the week in the upper right corner. So upper left is your date, upper right is your day of the week, and then you've got your moon phase underneath the date. The quad days are split. Most of the box is actually blank, and then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dotted lines at the bottom. I'm going to lift this up again so you can see it. Now, I like the quad layout functionally in the plum paper quad because it is all lines and I can do to-do lists. But this screams to me, draw, doodle, write a quote, whatever, throw down stickers or a stamp of the day, and then write a little a little reflection on the day. This to me is much more like a journal, but it's giving us a planner layout so we have space for every day. And I love it. We have our month present here. It's a Monday start, monthly view. And then we have an icon for the week, which is that lucky cat. And then we have a swatch over here of the colors that match the illustration of the week. Now, if that's not your jam, you could easily cover this up and like decorate it. But I do think it adds a bit of a challenge in a good way if you're looking at this as a creative place to play. What if you looked for stickers in your collection that match this color palette? And then you're guaranteed, as you are decorating throughout the week, to coordinate with the illustration and the palette. I kind of think that would be fun. A bit of a challenge. Let me take a sip of water. A bit of a challenge, but maybe a fun creative challenge in the next year to kind of play with the art that the illustrators have added to each week. So we also have down here in the founder's writing, it says December to January. So we've got the month that's going to be written here in the corner. The planner doesn't have tabs, but they are demarcated with color at the edge, on the edge of the page as we switch from month to month. So the illustration, so now it just says January. And I really like his writing. I think it's really cool. I think the writing style, yeah, it just feels more, I don't know, artsy to me. But here we have our illustration and then our color palette. And actually, let's see, maybe a prompt, a good start. What does this say? Enduring bonds with that illustration. A sweet moment. So this could be a prompt for what you write down each day. A sweet moment that you had on Monday the 12th. A sweet moment you had on Tuesday the 13th. See how it's more like a journal, like a creative journal? I'm including it in the lookbook series because I do think people can use this as a planner. But I don't know. I just think that it could be fun for more creative journaling. It brings good luck. We've got a ladybug. Let's see. A good sign. We've got a paper crane, health and peace. We've switched over to February. Love. Let's see. A full harvest. Something special with the strawberries. You're going to see the illustrations. We'll see if they repeat at all. I don't think they're going to repeat. All of these look unique. So we've got like food. Let's see, we've got acorns, pie, pears, lots of food. Knitting, food, tomatoes, gold, lucky 8-ball, fish, dream catcher, barn, tea. Lots of changing illustrations for each week. And again, the challenge, if you want to try to match your decor with these, and if not, you can always cover them up. The paper is off-white. I thought it was going to be more of a cream, but it is not. It is just an off-white. It's not yellow. It doesn't have that vanilla-y, like more yellowy, creamy color. It's an off-white, I would say. I'm not sure how they would describe it. But once we get to the end, and they stick pretty seasonal. So when we got into December, we do have, oh, let's help each other. That's like mistletoe. We've got some gingerbread, warm sense of the holidays. Happy holidays with the wreath. And then we have fireworks, shining moment. I like that. Okay, and then you have a page to reflect on 2026. So how is your 2026? And then we get into the free notes section. So like I said at the beginning, there are 38 free notes pages, and the formats of these pages will change every year. They will match with whatever the theme is. And going into this first set is specimens of daily life. So we have a framed space where you can glue down paper, you can, if you are starting to get into junk journaling, let's say you went on a trip and it's one of your highlights from 2026 and you have your boarding pass from that trip, you could rip it up and glue it in here. And it says, from life to the journal, paper or whatever, the frame notes, specimens of daily life. So I could rip up the boarding pass from my trip and glue it in here and then write a little note about what I did on my trip. We've got a place for number and date, but that could just be maybe the trip name and the date. And then, yeah, it just says the research note, Ars Journal. And we have collect anything in your daily life. So this is meant to be specimens from your everyday life. Let's say you had the best coffee you've ever had, and there's a little tag on that coffee. You have a to-go cup. You could stick that sticker down here and say what the order was and, when you got it, where you got it from, and you've got that specimen of your coffee experience. Or maybe you celebrated a birthday and you really love the wrapping paper on a present that someone gave you. That would be a specimen of your daily life. You can rip it out, glue it down. You could also doodle or use stickers to represent something that happened and then journal it here. So we have a bunch of specimens of daily life in the back. And then we move to the gifts and notes. So this would be a place for you to log gifts that have been given over the course of the year. So from and to, what it was, and the date. I think this could also be a good place to swatch pens too, if you're not, if there's not a lot of gift giving and receiving in your year, these pages can be used for anything. This is another explanation for the journal, which we've seen on the cover. Inspired by the Japanese elementary school summer homework called Free Research, the idea is to do one small thing each week, hoping for moments of excitement during the research process. By handwriting, we turn these little pieces of life into beacons of daily living. I think this concept is represented so beautifully in the layout of this planner. You have room to document one simple thing in your day and then a way to, or a space to document it creatively as well. I don't know, there's just something really beautiful about this concept that I'm excited to incorporate into 2026. So this is gifts and notes. So we got 4 pages of those, 6 pages. Then we get into a card folder. Is that right? Card folder. So it says what the thing is here. And I think this could be a really great extension of your specimens of daily life, because same concept here. We have a space for the date. We have an open box for a header or something. We have an open box. We have a with and a location. This you could glue in a picture, or if you have, like I have a Canon Ivy that's got the sticker, the photo has sticker backing. So I could, print a picture and put it here. So maybe this is for more like junk journaling. Maybe this is a photo album. If you get a business card from someone that you've just met, you could glue the business card down, when you met them, who it was, or the date, and then where you met them. So yeah, just fun ways to collect moments, and they give you a little bit of structure to do that. So we've got, 6, 8, and 10. And then we get to the free note. That's what this is right here. And this is just grid pages. So extra space for whatever you'd want to track. They give us a really thick margin on this. I'm guessing so we can have a little bit more creative play. And then the grid is consolidated inside this border. So we got 4, 8 pages of those. This is color note. Oh, well, this is rad. You could do so many things with these pages. Maybe every time you get like a new washi tape that you really like, you could swatch your washi tape in here. If you, if you are remodeling your bathroom and you're really excited about the paint color you chose, you could use a paint chip from the hardware store, cut it down to size and put it in here and put like the paint name and what room it ended up in. And you can also just do fountain pen inks or pen swatches here. just kind of doodle it in. If you get some new mild liners or something, you could swatch them in here and put the name of the color in there. So really fun. Isn't this so different for a planner? It's like a creative planner. So we have 4 pages of those. Love. No, wait. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 pages. And then the very back is where we have our name information. Name, phone, email, line ID. What would that be? I don't know. Address. And that is it. Love it. That is the Ars Studio Research Journal. Have you guys heard of this thing? I went into a deep dive over the last several months, and I'm like, I think I want to play with this so much. There's something really lovely about it for creative play. I've been trying to tell folks, if you are retired or maybe you've suffered an injury and you're bedbound right now or healing and you don't have a lot of activities and you're thinking, I don't have a use for a planner. Like, I love all this stuff, but like, I have nothing to plan. Baloney. Like, planners are paper where we can play and get creative and share our feelings and just get out what's inside on paper. Planners give you the structure of a day. What you do with that day is up to you. So you can write down what you did, you can write down the things you have to do, or you can write down how you feel, or lessons that you've learned, or if you're a big reader, write down a couple lines that you read in a book that you found interesting. If you just want a planner to put stickers in, that's totally fine too. And this actually would be a really great place for that. If you're one of those folks that like, I just want to plan a planner, but I don't necessarily have things to plan, this would be a good idea because of the open space at the top. And then you can, if you get a new sticker book, put a bunch of stickers right here from the sticker book, and then write down when you bought it, how much you paid for it, and I don't know, what you like about it, or your favorite sticker theme in the sticker book. And then you've put something in for Monday, August 31st. It can be as simple as that. And these pages in the back are super fun. So I think we should do some pen testing. I don't have a fountain pen here to test with you guys, but I have heard that it is bleeding with the paper this year. So I'm hoping that they will go with a different paper for next year, for 2027, because I think this paper has been excellent in the past. I don't know what changed for this year, but they know about it. They know that there is bleeding on this year's journal. And so just keep that in mind if you are a fountain pen user. So we're going to use the color notes page. I'm going to do the very last one and start from the back and move to the front. So we're going to start with make sure I'm still in frame here, the Fudenosuke Tombow. So we're going to go Tombow. And I'll just, I will know that this is the Fudenosuke. I do love my Uni pin, so I'm going to do Uni pin 2. Let's see. Let's go with a Sharpie S Gel, which tends to be a bit more juicy. Sharpie S Gel. Let's see. I think we want to do some mild liner. So this is, actually, it might be nice to do all of the mild liners over here. I'm going to do maybe all of my favorite mild liner colors here. Let's do that. And of course, I still have my my bag still packed up from Chicago Planner Conference. So we'll just do this one for now. So I'm just going to do this here. Oops, what am I doing? This is a, do we have the color? I don't. I want to say it's olive. So I'm going to go ahead and say, we'll do mild liner. I'm pretty sure it's olive. I hope I'm right. So we'll do that. I do think we should do some dot pens. So we have the Zig Clean Color Dot. So we will do, this is Zig. And we'll just do a bunch of dots of varying sizes. And what I need is more kind of regular pens, but I did pack so many of them up for my trip. Let's do a lighter color of the Zig for reference. So we'll do this one. Love this color. This is grayish green. So we'll just do grayish green. Zig. All right, we've got a Uniball Signo. Uniball. And, oh, this is the 207. Do that there. I'm a sucker for the Uniball one, the P pens. This is a 0.38. So this is Uniball P. And this is, we'll just do 0.38. Let's see, do we want to do any more? All of my pens are packed up right now. Let's do the Zebra Blend, because that one tends to be a bit juicier. Zebra Blend. And that is definitely a 0.7. Let's do one more. Let's do a Tombow. This is the 942. Tombow 942. Let's do that for now. That'll just give us a bit of a baseline. So here is some Popular pens. And let's flip it over. Okay, the more markery ones. So the black Fudenosuke, we have some ghosting. The black Zig, we have a little bit of bleed through on that one. The other ones, mild ghosting. That's going to happen with this kind of mid-weight paper. I don't have the paperweight. I did look it up online and I didn't see what it was. I did not see a paperweight. So here is the mild liner in olive. 0 ghosting, 0 bleed through. So I think your lighter colors are going to be fine, but these solid black ones are definitely going to ghost, and you do have risk of bleed through here. But these kind of standard pens, I think are fine. You should expect, if you're used to a Tomoe River paper, you're going to be very comfortable with this. And I think it ghosts less than the Tomoe River paper because I'm willing to bet this is a little bit thicker. This doesn't have that Bible weight paper feel to it like a Hobonichi. It's a little bit thicker than that. So you've got a little bit more forgiveness. It's also very smooth. So bummer about the bleed through, because otherwise I would say the weight of this is quite nice. The paper weight of it is really nice and could be really good for people that are interested in these thinner papers but don't want to jump to, as I say, Bible weight paper. It's kind of somewhere mid. It's like in between. So I would feel comfortable using any of my regular everyday pens in here, but I'm definitely going to steer clear of the brush marker, the Fudenosuke in black, and the dot pens specifically in black. All right, friends, that is everything that I can think of for the Ars Studio Research Journal. Again, you get 7 postcards of varying sizes, so you can customize the front. But, I mean, I like the pinstripe of this, the design of this year's journal. But I am tempted to decorate the front and then put it back in the clear cover. That would make it so personal. I love the thickness of it. I think this could be really good for scripture writing. I think it would be very nice to take on the go because of its thinness. The A5 size is portable. I really like it. And I think if I decide to add tabs, I don't know, I might not want to add tabs, but if I did, I wouldn't go with my typical Stylish and Minimal Co. thick plastic ones. I would go with the thinner PVC tape or PET tape tabs from Lauren Phelps Designs. So something to look into if you get this journal. Specifically, these are the tabs I'm talking about that would work really well with this kind of planner because they're a little bit thinner, but they're still a plastic material, so they're going to be sturdy throughout the year. All right, friends, if you have any questions, leave them down below. Thank you to Simple Paper Co. who actually sent this to me. If you decide you want to pick this up, head over to Simple Paper Co. I'll leave the link in there in the description box. I don't know if my discount code will work on it. Joyful 10's my discount code for them in general. So if you want to try anything else from our studio, like the stamps, the stickers, Joyful 10 will save you 10% off of your purchase at Simple Paper Co. And I'm really curious, did you purchase this? And if you did, what are you going to use it for? I would love to know what types of things would you catalog in a planner like this. And if I do decide to use this, do you want to see how I end up using it? I guess you guys are going to be like, duh, Elizabeth, of course. But I was thinking if I were to share it, I would probably maybe do one video a month after I've already lived my life. So I would basically maybe do a monthly flip through so you can see how I use the pages. And I'd show you maybe 4 weeks at a time. I think that might be the best way to do it because I do want to have some creative play off camera. And this might be something I just keep in my house for daily journaling and like sticker play. So yeah, I think kind of an after the pen type monthly video might work for showing this, but I'm really excited about this. So thank you, Lena, for sending this to me. And I hope that it gives you some ideas for how you can get creative and maybe just pick up an extra planner that's just for play. That's not for functionality, but that's just for documenting your life. I think it's a really cool concept. And yeah, I want to just encourage everyone to live a more creative life in 2026. All right. Come hang out with me over on Instagram. My handle is The Joyful Sojourn. And if you want to hang out with me again, you want to see how I use all of the things and all the different planners I decide to use for 2026, make sure you are subscribed to my channel. Until next time, friends, God bless you. God bless you and keep you. Do something creative today. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.